Sustainability and circularity are a little bit different. And when it comes to contributing to a circular economy, it's the cradle to cradle concept that is a really important element that a lot of companies are missing. But the cradle to cradle concept, where you're creating a modular product or a modular process that can actually be redesigned, reused, redeployed, refurbished, that is the essence of that circular economy journey.
I mean, the first few steps were quite simple. Things that we were doing at home, we brought to the business. So it's quite simple, quite easy, really.
Wanting to be part of a movement is one thing, but ensuring that it makes business sense is another.
We looked at the value stream and pulling value through the supply chain to ensure that it's compliant and meets the highest standards.
Well, for the EV batteries, it was understanding the opportunity, the volume, and the technology to make it a possibility. As per any business ideas, the financial needs to stack up, and the return or benefit needs to be realized for a number of given years.
Our journey involved becoming as efficient as possible with the use of the major resource that we use in our pallet manufacturing division, which is obviously timber. In order to reduce our spend on timber, we began using recycled timber wherever possible. So, for example, if we're repairing 1,000 pallets, there might be 50 out of that 1,000 pallets that are beyond economical repair. They're too badly damaged. So we would dismantle those pallets. We've got specialised equipment to do that. And out of that 50 pallets, we might be able to produce enough timber to repair, several hundred of the repairable pallets. So it saves us a lot of money. If we can reuse recycled timber rather than using new timber, it's less than half the price.
But more importantly, it's about the environmental benefit which can be attributed to a said cause. For example, a 120 kilowatt hour BESS unit could save potentially of 42 tons of CO2 from a second application EV battery. So each of those CO2 cost saving has a cost value. And that's how you equate the benefit from that perspective as well.
For us, it was really about doing our market research and making sure that the market that we were creating, and we had to test again and again that there was a market for it. And for our particular product, we needed to make sure that not just the consumers that we wanted to use the product were happy to use it, that they desired it, that they wanted it, but we also had to make sure that the cafes and restaurants that support the use or the reuse of the product by facilitating the container exchange program, that they were equally as invested and happy to deal with the product.
Everything is led by design, and I'm not talking about product design. I'm talking about business process design. I'm talking about manufacturing process design. It was all about waste minimisation. It all comes down to how well you design and plan your processes within your business and within your manufacturing.
First sought and achieved GECA accreditation. Process of getting the GECA accreditation, we had to change our manufacturing processes, and one first part was to implement product stewardship into our business model. So accepting the goods back and that sort of stuff. So it started with that, and then slowly started growing into other departments like materials, wherever possible, sending the scraps to supply and so on. So it's slowly expanding.
So the Product Stewardship Act looked at removing waste, maximising resources, reducing energy, reducing emissions at a product level across materials, products and services. So we've implemented from day one, we've implemented the principles of product stewardship, circular economy, which is design out waste, design for longevity, and design for recovery of resources.